Okay, welcome to the Kinsman Arena for a early morning game. The Saskatoon SWAT U15 versus the South Sask Stealth U15 as well. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there tuning in, lacrosse dads alike. It's always good to have you on. My name is Parker Mikulishin. I'm happy to call this game. We are doing Provincials here at the Kinsman all day long. And so first matchup of the day, as mentioned, should be a good one. Teams are banging their sticks on the bench, fired up to play. Big day ahead here. So off the draw, and ball goes loose. Initially, Riley Nelson had got the ball but tripped, and so eventually the SWAT will pick it up. And looking for a cutter here. Stripped loose in the middle. That's Ford. And now back the other way is the Stealth. So dodging a couple checks here. Once again, that's Nielsen. And so the Stealth will work it for the first offensive look for the for the day here. Crease call, so back the other way is the SWAT. And so SWAT getting personnel on the floor here. They got 5, now they'll set up. Pressure from the Stealth, and the ball locked loose there. Spinning up top, swinging. The bench asking for cutters. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Big sidearm shot by Bikelum. It's working that ball up the floor. They'll get it to the captain. So pass goes awry. SWAT pushing the pace of that ball back the other way. Happy to take it in transition. And a shot just goes wide of the net. That was Eric Baker. Looking to pressure the ball. Some calls from the bench for the SWAT. Stealth has enough personnel. They should be able to clear effectively. Couple checks, and the ball will eventually move here to number 18, Orenick. And so Stealth running a strong lefty shift here. Big shot around his screen was Baker. And now he's hammered into the boards by the SWAT. Battle for the ball. 30-second shot clock will wind down. Change of possession here. And so the SWAT immediately, the first look at the game, they're doing a great job getting their personnel on the floor, making sure they have enough time on that 30-second shot clock to generate some high-quality shots, and now asking for pressure the other way. So they're looking to take as much time off the shot clock as they can from the Stealth, and then, of course, move it back the other way, get some good quality possession. So spinning, individual effort, but eventually checked. Good individual effort by Joshua Arnold, but Saskatchewan SWAT defense up to the task. Saskatoon SWAT. Big shot across the top. Soaked by the Stealth. Potential breakaway here. It's Nielsen. Goalie deep in the net. Big save. Nielsen went far side. Up to the task. Orenick, if I'm not mistaken. So loose ball push. Another possession here. Reset for the Stealth. Wheeling around up top. Strong righty suit here for the Stealth. Watch closely by Eric Baker. Baker, right off the start of the game, looks very much like a quality both sides of the floor player. So what have a player streaking down, not able to find him, but doing it himself. Number 22, Nathan King, gets a shot off. Good save by Fogle. And pardon me if I get the goalies wrong off the start of the game. I'll definitely get their jersey numbers and get a correction here if needed. Nonetheless, a SWAT possession here. Working the ball down low. Two-man game for the SWAT. Look for a pass cross crease, trying to find Dundar. Couldn't handle. And so now the Stealth streaking on forward. It's a 2-on-1. Looks for a pick, pulls back. Coming up top, big long shot, 5-hole. Doesn't go, 22. Baumgartner for the Stealth. So back and forth game. I mean, both teams look quite evenly matched. I like how both teams are moving that ball up the floor. I like how both teams are working that ball around offense. Their goaltenders look strong, as you saw. A good save from Fogle. Fresh legs, of course, for the first game of Provincials for both these teams. Around top, individual effort yet again. Good quality shot. Nice shot on the run. And once again, back the other way for the SWAT. Just about halfway through the first period here. Looking for a pick. They'll swing it. And so shot up top. Kira standing there. Stealth happy to break it. Fast break down the other way. Looking for personnel on the floor. Up high for Arnold. A man all alone by the crease. Tough angle shot. For through. Run-of-the-mill stop here. Oriniak. And so SWAT getting set offensively. Stripped. Good defensive check. Nielsen. Battle for the ball against the boards here. Ton of speed, but a tripping call. Delayed penalty on the floor. We'll get the first power play of the game coming in here. Stealth will go 6-on-5. Good defensive check there by Luoma. Some kind words in the morning there from the two players. Luoma's brother, of course, plays two brothers playing lacrosse, if I'm not mistaken. Junior A, big shooter. And then Junior B, we saw Junior B match up last night with the Kings, Queen City Kings, and the SWAT's representative for Junior B, Rocky Mountain Lacrosse League. Queen City Kings pulling ahead for both games that day. So again, first look, nice play on the power play there, but just hammered was Thurdov, and the SWAT bench liking that. Streaking down the floor is the captain, handled nicely, is Pat. And apologies if I am mishandling the pronunciations here. I will get better as the day goes on. I will cross-reference those, make sure I'm pronouncing the last names correctly. Shot up top, reset, and I mean, great offensive penalty kill set. That's exactly what you want to do as you're killing clock. On the penalty kill, you're killing as much of that shot clock off as possible. You're getting a shot on net to generate a rebound, and then you're crashing to get that rebound in a fresh 30, and that's exactly what the SWAT did. So content to work things in here. Theodoff playing point on that power play. He'll go back to the shooter position. Good pressure by the SWAT. That's number 21, Baker. Looking like he's going to be a presence early on in this game. Early on in Provincials, pardon me. Baker looking for a pass. Asks for a pick. Size mismatch, significant size mismatch. Theodoff was caught on defense. Had to cover for that turnover there. Shot goes wide of the net. And so a reset. The Stealth have 12 seconds left on the power play here. He'll swing it to Carter. Carter content to take a nice long rip. Sidearm shot. That was handled well. Reset for the Stealth. Forced to play far out. The Saskatoon SWAT are pushing quite high up on them. Good pick. And so Cruz Carter will just fire it in the net. Up the floor once again. The SWAT. Tons of speed to the captain. Long shot. Reset. That was Pat. I'll get correction on that once again. Battle for the ball in the corner. And so swap ball once again. Still scoreless here in the first period. We'll see who can open up those floodgates. Big long pass goes awry. Turnover now. Stealth looking to push. He's got a man up the floor, but wisely will decide to pull it back. SWAT again, happy to push far out, make it difficult for the Stealth to get that ball into the offensive zone. Finally set now, swinging the ball to the lefties. Turnover once again. Down the floor is Baker. He's going to do it himself. Big stop, huge stop. Fogle, great stop. He read that far side. Stepping save. I believe that caught some of his leg pad. And so you'll see here again, the SWAT pressuring out. It is a big factor. I believe if a team can pressure a team coming into the offensive zone, you'll see this position here, or this offensive set, forces the Stealth to take a long shot. It forces them to take a shot with roughly about 12 seconds on the shot clock, turn over the other way, and then it allows their offense to get a good offensive set here and have a full 30. We'll look for that to be a factor in the game here. Check here. Looking to pass that ball is King. Eventually swings it. Looking for a pick here. Now the Stealth competently pressuring out, making it very difficult for the SWAT. The SWAT do get a shot on net. Looking for a reset was Ptolemy. Now he'll go play some defense. Warding off a couple checks. Eventually called a ward though. Pardon me, dodging a couple checks, now called a ward. Change of possession here. So that's Lucas Bond, he'll pick it up. Going to the offensive zone here, come for a change now. SWAT working well off ball. Handled now by the assistant captain, that's Ford. Ford will spin. Stealth will collapse. Still with it, Ford. Number of checks. Trying to get the Stealth off him, will kick it loose. SWAT need a shot. They'll just ice it in the corner there. Come off for a change, looking to get their defensive personnel on the floor. Back and over. Always important to be mindful of that half line there. And again, not to harp on it too much, but that's what the pressure does. Forces those offensive players that are transitioning in back. Sidearm shot wide. Behind the net, 7 seconds on the shot clock. Man, wide open. On the back, change of possession. Good shot for Fogle. Fresh 30 for the SWAT here. Just under 5 minutes to go in the period. Streaking man off a cut. It's Pat. Up top. A big, big shot. Looking for a pick. Good pressure. Pick outside and a roll in, which frees up a shot. Sub shot Baker. First blood of the game. And so I like that two-man game there for the SWAT. Stealth was pressuring far out. Good pressure by the Stealth, but just gets a pick far out and rolls tons of space. Sub shot. Sounded like it went off Fogel's pads there, but trickled in. 1-0 game for the SWAT late here in the first. Fair amount of time in the first for a goal. Nonetheless, the SWAT are happy to take that lead. Face-off ensues, battling for that ball, eventually picked up by the Stealth. And so SWAT struggling to find a mismatch. Baumgartner was found all alone and happy to walk inside, generate a good quality shot. Picked up by the goalie. Pardon me, that's Churko, so thanks for your patience there. Churker, I saw the 31 on the back. That's going in the commentator's notes. Pass intercepted. And down the other floor, it's a breakaway. Couple fakes and scores. That's through the other way. A number of fakes had Churko moving in the net. Couple far side fakes, and then eventually pulls it short side off the position of Churko there. So tie game 1-1, 3 minutes 42 seconds here in the first period. Nice response by the Stealth there. And again, I would say these teams very evenly matched. Both teams putting good defensive pressure in. Both teams getting set offensively. I like the off-ball motion from both teams, generating some good quality shots outside and inside. Face off, clamped and won in the stick by Pate. Face dodge, looked 5-hole. Good stop on the move was Fogel. Similarly, good offensive opportunity. Speed his man one-on-one. Baker, if I'm not wrong. Back and forth the ball goes for the Stealth. Stealth looking for a change here. And the SWAT content to pick up that ball. There's Baker again, a big factor in this game so far in the first. So starting things up top for the SWAT, Polzer has a brother, plays junior B. Give and go behind the net now. Looking for a cutter. He'll just wheel around and try to pass for Ewan in the middle there, but closely watched by the Stealth defender. Reset now. So that was Dadar looking to change, but change of possession. He'll stay back and play offense. SWAT will look for another change. Some tired players on the floor. Wheeling around, good shot by the assistant captain. Number 6, Ewan there. Reset, pressure by the Stealth. 4 seconds left to clear it. Bond does so. Good another offensive opportunity for the SWAT. Battle for the ball in the boards. Watched closely by Cruz Carter. Turnover caused. Back the other way, one hand catch. He's got another man with him. Does find him in the chest protector, but good breakout opportunity for Seaborg. Nice breakouts from the Stealth this period. Wheeling into the offensive zone is Pate. Finds Ewan up top. Spinning. Back to Pate. Up top, content to take it himself. Bigger body. Dodges a couple checks. Bounces the ball and goes up top on the net, but good opportunity there for Pate. Baumgartner bringing the ball up. Stealth now with it. Finds a man. Has some space and a shot. Nice sidearm rip. Beats Churko short side. Nice little hitch step coming up top. And that sidearm rip short side as you're wheeling up top is a high quality shot and a hard one to pull off, and just accurate with that one. And so that's Theodorov. 2-1 game for the Stealth here towards the end of the first period. 44 seconds approximately there on that clock. And so we'll see how these teams end off the first period. Battle for the face-off. And so SWAT ball. So look for the SWAT to get a shot off quick. Well, we'll see. Typically, if there's about 40 seconds, a team will have a shot within those 10 seconds so that it goes the other way. Forces the other team to take a shot within the 30. Then they'll call a 6-on-5, but clock wasn't in their favor. Nice flip. Little shovel flip. Found Pate. Hammered against the board. Some defensive pressure. Gets doubled. Ball eventually trickles loose. Falling to the ground. Shovel shot. So shovel pass and a shovel shot. Routine stop for Fogel. Clock's going to wind down in the first. Great first period by both these teams for the first game of Provincials here, Kinsman Arena. It's great for me to be here, call this game. It's great for you folks to tune in on Father's Day. So both teams will head to the bench. 2-1 for the Stealth. Stay tuned, second period action underway.
Nutana Machine has been a versatile manufacturer and solutions provider for over 75 years. Our in-house capabilities in fabrication, machining, project management, engineering, and detailing allow us to deliver complex projects on time. And the enduring relationships we've built with customers over decades highlight our commitment to project success. Our quoting, engineering, project management, and detailing teams work closely with shop personnel to ensure optimal practices and value for our customers. The majority of our office technical staff and shop managers are certified CWB welding supervisors. We employ cutting-edge computer-aided design and manufacturing software that seamlessly integrates with most of our shop equipment. Our machine shop and mechanical assembly play a crucial role in project execution. Whether it's machined components, surfaces on weldments, or precision machine jigs for our fabrication shop, we can execute it all in-house. And significant investments in our equipment have helped to improve our efficiency, capacity, and repeatability. A recent addition includes a 4-axis live tooling CNC lathe with a substantial 1,350 millimeter swing diameter and a 5-meter length workpiece envelope. Our fabrication shop is well equipped and experienced in handling a diverse range of projects, ranging from underground mobile mining equipment to API 650 liquid storage and flotation tanks. We employ modern CNC equipment, including a robotic beamline with 60-foot material in-feed and direct import of 3D part models, a collaborative robot welder, a CNC vertical bandsaw with a programmable material shuttle and angle adjustment, high-definition plasma cutting up to a 2-inch plate thickness and 10 feet wide. Plate rolling with double pinch 4 roll-up to 3/8 inch thick by 10 feet wide. And a 985-ton CNC press brake for bending up to 1-inch thick mild steel at 16 feet long. Our maximum crane capacity is 50 metric tons, accessed by 2 30-foot wide by 30-foot high exterior wall openings. Our commitment to continuous improvement positions us competitively in the global marketplace. If you're ready to embrace the future of manufacturing and elevate your next project, reach out to Nutana Machine and discover how our cutting-edge facilities and skilled team can bring your vision to life.
Sask Building Group is a family and locally owned building company based out of Hague, Saskatchewan. Over 3 decades, we've specialized in turnkey builds in the agriculture, residential, and commercial industries. So let's get working. Learn more about our team and gallery of projects at saskbuilding.com.
Built to last. Sask, building our communities.
Welcome back. Second period action here underway. First game of the tournament here in Provincials. South Sask Stealth U15, Saskatoon SWAT U15 matchup here. Currently a 2-1 game for the Stealth. Face-off underway now, and a shot. Pate will win that to himself and take a shot. Wins that face-off cleanly, generates a nice shot from that. And so here the other way is the Stealth. Handling the ball himself, eventually will swing it now to Arnold. And to the lefties, delayed penalty on the floor. Illegal substitution, and so looking like the Stealth had mistakenly snuck another man on the floor there. And so we'll get a look here at the SWAT's power play, likewise the Stealth's penalty kill. We'll see how things run and what systems they run as well. Sometimes teams, based on their offensive personnel, they'll run those quick sticks down low. Sometimes they'll open up for some picks and big shots up top. Really depends on the personnel here. And so wheeling around, passing off. Good movement off the start. U15 SWAT. Long shot. Handled by Fogel. And now it'll be Stealth ball. Looking to clear it here. Has to beat a man. If I'm not wrong, is Nielsen. Nielsen does so. Pardon me. That's Baumgartner. Streaking man off the bench. Couldn't connect with Thew, but a shot was Scheppel. And looking behind him, was Churko. You can always tell, you know, those shots that just might squeak through. If the goalie's not quite sure where he has it, he'll look back. Churko lucky enough to stop that ball. And so Stealth doing a good job streaking that man off, breaking out from the penalty kill. Good stop by Churko to keep this game 2-1. Another offensive set in the power play for the SWAT. East-west that ball goes. Stop. Fogle. Up top. Shot for Pate. Thanks for your patience on these pronunciations. Once again, I promise I'll get those as the day goes on. So Hanley does himself a shot by the Stealth. Now back, looking to play defense. He'll be tired there. Long shot for the SWAT. Shots like that, you'd like the SWAT to kind of hold it and get set, especially on the power play. Likewise with Thu, was confident about that one. And pardon me, Thu would want to kill some clock, but now delayed penalty for the SWAT. So penalties back and forth here. I'm assuming an illegal cross check. Low angle shot here. Handled, picked up on the rebound. So change of possession will take off that delayed penalty. No 6-on-5. They'll play 5-on-5 for the Stealth. Pass goes awry. Still no possession gained by the SWAT. Just waiting till I hear some confirmation from the referee, but illegal cross check, I'm assuming. And so that'll be Jaden Ptolemy. Check from behind. 14 after the initial penalty, that's Haynes. He'll get a penalty, so we'll go 5-on-3. Look for the Stealth to have Penner sit there, pardon me, T-Drove sit there at the top, potentially, so he will. So he'll look to catch the ball off the boards as his team sets up in a box formation. Doesn't need the fifth man there on a 4-on-3 situation. Big long shot, hard shot. But rebound handled. Arnold swung back. Looking to move that ball as a Stealth around a screen. Good shot around a screen, but misses the net there. Shot. Looking behind him. Good save. Churko. So a 4-on-3 situation, you really want to see the team, pardon me, now picked up back the other way. Carter looking across crease. So as I was saying, as the SWAT clear this ball, 4-on-3, pardon me, 5-on-3, you're setting up in a box formation as the SWAT have a diamond formation looking to kill it, and you really want to pass that ball fast to have that diamond or, pardon me, triangle rotate as fast as possible and clear more floor up. The key to a 5-on-3 or 4-on-3 situation is to move that ball fast. And then you'll see the man up top looking to get some balls off the boards. But here, breakaway. Churko up for the stop. He saved a number of good ones lately, keeping that score 2-1. Breakout now. Polzer looking to pull it out there, kill some clock. He does so wisely. And so now it's in the offensive zone. It's a 5-on-2 as SWAT's going to send a man back. Stop a breakout from the Stealth. Looking to ice it. And will do so is the SWAT. That was Pate, the captain of this U15 SWAT team. So 4 seconds left on the power play here. Looking to go 5-on-5. There's two players serving the penalty are going to hop in and play some defense, look for a breakout the other way. But now picked up here, SWAT bench calling for a penalty. Doesn't get one, intercepted. Ball trickles loose though. And so Stealth possession, man wide open, good find. Cross crease, Seaborg had a good quality shot. He's got an assist in that first period. And goal scorers in that first period, Baker, he's got the ball now. The lone goal for the SWAT, another goal! Coming across that crease, forces the goalie to move east-west. As he does so, the goalie's tracking, and Baker puts that ball back where the goalie came from. A savvy shot, clings off the pipe and in. So 2 lone goals, unassisted for Baker here for the 2 Saskatoon SWAT goals. So now tie game 2-2 here. As I was saying, the goal scorers for the Stealth now in the first period was Thedorov and then Thu. As mentioned, Baker's got two of the 2 SWAT goals. Spinning off a couple checks here, hands it off top, King has it. King waiting for his offensive personnel to get on the floor. Wheeling around, looking for a pass down low. Other side of the floor, watch closely by Tribbier and hammered into the boards. Good defense by Tribbier, force a turnover, and the other way, streaking man down in the offensive zone. Cruz Carter will just run it himself. Numbers potentially cross, back and forth, tic-tac-toe. Good stop down low for Churko. So he's at a number, back and forth, good stops, and good ball movement by the Stealth. Stealth doing a great job pushing that offense, getting some fast breaks, gets a check, fights it off, shot just goes wide of the net. So Thu will handle here, gets a change, likely a well-needed change, back and forth down the floor, over and back here. SWAT will get personnel. The thing about those over and backs too is, you know, either team will get that ball right in their offensive zone, and it's more of an advantage than you'd think because you don't have to transition that ball down. You start with a fresh 30, all your offensive men are set, take a breather, set up that offense. You know, so 30 seconds to work a high quality shot versus 12 seconds, you know, it does make a difference. As you're working that ball around, you know, and maybe you're looking for, with 30 seconds, you're looking for 3-ish opportunities. You know, maybe you have 12 seconds and you may take the first opportunity that presents itself. You have more selection with the 30-second shot clock there as to which shot you want to take. And so Stealth getting set in. Will hand off on the boards. Nice cut from the Stealth. Give and go as you saw Penner streaking in. SWAT kind of staying home defense on this possession and Stealth staying on the outside. Just under 9 minutes to go in this second period, so about halfway through this game. Spinning, shooting, wide, Pate. Rebound in the corner, off a couple checks, low angle shot. Good effort to generate that shot, but no reset. I'm assuming it went off the back of the net because it wouldn't have hit the post or the goalie. Otherwise, it would have generated a reset. And so a flip, pass from Arnold. Arnold will say, play some defense. Back to Arnold. Big long shot. over and back. Not the offensive set that the Stealth want. And so they'll play some defense here. Haynes will pick it up in the corner. Was left open was Luoma. Good ball movement, good cutting by the SWAT. Forcing that Stealth defense to collapse and looking for the Stealth to not man up properly, potentially get some. And now, big shot for the Stealth. Rebound. Shot picked up by the SWAT, and as I was saying, looking for cutters, forcing that SWAT defense to suck in, opening up long shots and opportunities off the cut for an inside shot. Save handled competently by Fogle. Into the offensive zone. In the stick of Baumgartner now. He'll work to get that ball down low, but pass goes awry. And so Stealth pressuring that ball to force a turnover here. So good job on that Stealth offense. He's got to clear it now, looking for a pick. Good interception. Heavy pressure by the Stealth, but great defensive play just to mirror that stick. Polzer, as mentioned, he's got a brother who plays Junior B. We love a good lacrosse family. Some brothers playing lacrosse, I'm assuming, shooting in the backyard, practicing. Delayed penalty, off the bench, pardon me, out of the net. Well, Chirk will come, but a shot, and so holding the stick, I believe. We'll see who serves here. Baumgartner holding the stick now, so another power play opportunity for the SWAT. Low scoring affair here. Tie game. And evenly matched teams here. SWAT looking to pull ahead. Swings that ball. SWAT moving off ball as well. Defensive pressure. If SWAT can move this ball, they can find a man. Good pressure on that penalty kill by the Stealth. And good support to move that ball up the floors through. Had a goal in the first period. He's a bigger body, U15 player. Ton of speed here in the corner now behind the net. SWAT playing some stay-at-home defense. Safety first, now calling for a double from the bench. 4 seconds, shot off by Thu. So 1 minute, 10 seconds to go on this power play. Another opportunity here for the SWAT. Stealth were pressuring successfully last shift there. So ball will move back and forth, long shot. Handled by Fogle. Up the floor, SWAT got to get off that bench. 2-on-1 opportunity. Pass doesn't go. Picked up in the corner, Thu. Dodgy subjects inside. Jumping opportunity there. Chappell. Good shot generated. Man down here. Once again, SWAT power play look. They got 10 seconds to hopefully generate something. Swinging around a screen, was looking short side. Was forward. Missed the net. Ewan will have to cover off the bench. Stealth doing such a great job pushing that ball in a fast break opportunity. Delayed penalty now for the SWAT. So now we'll see back and forth trading penalties. Stealth will go on a man advantage. We'll take a look at their power play here. Two minutes holding. Kylan Luoma will serve on the infraction. And so Theodorov will work that point position. He's calling for a play here. Crossing those crease men. Causing confusion, looking for a pick. Generates a shot. Churko up to the task. Now having to clear it as the SWAT. I believe Baker's going to run it up. Baker has the 2 lone goals for the SWAT. Big hard check. Works it down low here. 2 men on the offensive zone for the SWAT. 2 men playing safe back in the defensive zone. Looking for an interception. Running up the floor. Far side opportunity. And Fogel saw that one well. Stepped right into that far side shot. Battling for that ball, trying to avoid an over and back, eventually an over and back. And so, coming for a change, 23 Dunbar, well-needed change. The tired legs. 54 seconds here to go on this stealth power play. Back and forth they go. Pick up top. Likewise, as the Stealth were doing on their penalty kill, SWAT are pressuring out, firing up on those shooters and forcing the players on power play to move that ball quickly. This ends up being a turnover as a good penalty kill defensive pressure by the Stealth. Running into trouble here. Speaking of defensive pressure, Riley Nielsen hammering his man against the boards. Cradling, still has it. It's the Drove. Big hits. Getting doubled. So Pat thought that his man still had the ball. Doubled now down the floor. Jabba will run down and take a shot. Reset all the way down. Beautiful pass. Spinning. Wisely pulling back. Luoma, but great opportunity for SWAT to push the pace here. Back at the Stealth. Strong lefty suit. Working the ball down low. Calling for a shot as there's 3 seconds left on the shot clock here. Blocked by Martin. And so Gradiak will press, but the Stealth will clear it. Hands off Baumgartner and will head to the bench. Pressure up by the SWAT fake. Here and will wheel around the net. Needs a pick. Has Arnold up top. And in the webbing here of Churko. He's got to clear it. Does so. Ewan will handle. Looking for personnel. SWAT bench calling for a good possession. Calling to use that full 30. Swing that ball. Shot by Ewan. Just can't go. He's upset about that. Just went out of his stick oddly. And so pressure here. Intercepted. And as mentioned prior, you know, the that press, you know, as the defense picks up that ball, forces them to clear it fast and force them to not get that ball over half in time. Stealth will handle nonetheless. Swinging it 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Long shot. What a shot. Just picks that far side. There had to be a ball-sized hole on that far side, and I believe that was Bumgardner finds it. Just a beautiful shot off a swing. Bumgardner, if I'm not wrong. So we'll hear from the announcer as to who specifically is it. It is Bumgardner with the goal. An assist to Riker Penner. So, Stealth will pull ahead 3-2 in this period. 1-goal lead, lower scoring affair here by both these teams. They'll rest and recoup for the third period. Shots about even. 21 shots for the SWAT, 22 shots for the Stealth. Battling it out. Stay tuned for the third period. Welcome back. Third period action underway. Early morning game at the Kinsman Arena for Provincials. South Sask Stealth lead 3 against the Saskatoon SWAT. And so close game. Anybody's game at this point. 1-goal game, so if the SWAT get a couple here, they'll pull ahead. It'll be an interesting third period. This third period will decide the game. Eric Baker, the 2 lone goals for the SWAT. Mixed affair for the Stealth. Goals coming from Theodorov, Thu, and Baumgartner. Intercepted. That's the captain, Pate. And so the other way now. Into the stick now of Nielsen. Checked here by King. Nielsen, a bigger body. I would say the biggest Stealth player. Dodges a couple checks. 5th player coming on the floor for the Stealth. Face dodge and a shot by the Stealth. Picked up now. And an outlet pass. Eventually clearing the ball. Still handling. Is King. King will hand it down. Man left wide open. Streaking inside. Good opportunity by Lucas Bond. Helman Fogel playing well. And I did get correction on that intermission. It is Helman Fogel, so intuition serves correctly. We like that. Back the other way now. Haynes trotting up the floor. Haynes will get a change here. Ewan will hand. Little slip pick. Now in the corner. Tries to shake his defender. Does so. Big shot. Just comes from that lower position. Shakes his defender. Little jab step. Slips in between both the defenders. Generates a nice offensive opportunity in the back of the net. And so nice goal for you. And I know in the second period was upset with one of his shots. And that just shows the resilience, you know. Shows the mental fortitude of Ewan bouncing back. He wears the A, assistant captain for the SWAT. That's what leaders do on a lacrosse team. So SWAT, another possession here. Again, tie game 3-3. Down low, Ewan just came off a goal. Another goal in the almost exact same, I would say exact same fashion. This time is Pate, so back-to-back goals for the SWAT. Same scenario. I mean, Pate jab steps, comes up top into the middle of the floor, in between that top and that bottom defender. And so Pate got a goal. Ewan got an assist, likewise for Rubachinski. And so SWAT have doubled their goals in this third period. Coming in strong here. Just 3 minutes gone. 3 minutes, roughly 3 minutes, scored 2 goals, trying to shake his man. Good defense. Good defense, far out pressure. That's Penner, has an assist in this game. Tracking down that ball now. Moving it hot off a goal. Long shot, 3 seconds on the shot clock, so calling for a change, defensive personnel looking to get on the floor here. Moving that ball up through, Baumgartner. So getting set. Running through an upper man and big check, Baker. Baker having a good presence in this game so far. Baumgartner now, pardon me, King working it up the floor. King still with it. Will peel off. Hit a man down low. Low angle shot, back of the net. That net trickled, you know, it's always funny in lacrosse. It goes off the back of the net and people get excited. It looks like a goal, but shot now. Fans all get excited about that. Ben's calling to slow, get a good offensive set here. Dodging a couple men. Peeling off, waiting for the right opportunity. Gets a double team, needs to move that ball or get a pick. Long shot now. Off a stealth player, feeling that one. Pilgrim. Looked like it hit him in the arm there. And so stealth will handle. Pate is there to check. Now Ewan will cover here. SWAT getting their defensive personnel on the floor. Forcing all the way out, wheeling to that baseline. Finds a man inside. Tough angle on the wrong side of the floor, but gets a shot nonetheless. Off side of the floor, I suppose I should say. Streaking man, good pass by you and good shot by Standing. Better save, Helman Folman. And so couldn't handle that transition was the stealth. SWAT getting offensive possession here. 1-goal game, 4-3 here in a third quarter, pardon me, third period. Beats a man, low angle shot, goes wide of the net, tracking down that ball. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Looking for Luoma to change. He does so. Trickling ball over and back. Gets a double, big high hit. Into the board, still has it, goes in the bench. Fedorov got a check high against that bench. And refs didn't see that, was wanting a penalty call. Beating two men, spinning. Nice pick, shot! What a team effort by the SWAT. That's 22. King. And although there was no assist by Ford, I would say off the game sheet that counts. You see him drawing his man down, sealing his man off, allowing King to just have a shot on net. And so that's an off game sheet assist for Ford in my books. Good offensive shot and goal by King. Great lacrosse IQ on that play by both players. Two-goal lead. Biggest lead of the game. And so SWAT now ahead in this one. Very much a team effort. Running across, Pate, 5-hole. Handled by Fogel. Pate doesn't miss that net too often. He's got some high-quality shots. Another 5-hole shot, though. Up the other way. Here now for the Stealth. Stealth doing a good job running into that offensive zone with some speed. Harassed by the SWAT defender. Just couldn't handle. Big hit, but that's an off-ball push for Haynes. Stealth player just didn't have possession of that ball, so another 30 here for the Stealth. Finds Jamison inside as he's getting checked. He does generate a shot, but good save, Churko. 10 minutes left in this game in the third period. Shots 30 for the SWAT, 25 for the Stealth. It's a sub-shot flip. Good job by King to crash, look for that rebound, but Stealth scooped that up. So that's Bob Gardner, had a goal earlier. Moves it to Panner. Couple checks, got to clear it. SWAT looking to get their offensive personnel on the floor as there's now 5 stealth players running into the zone. The offensive zone now is a SWAT. Picking that ball off the boards. Little undercut move is Luoma. Swim dodge. And so that ball was up in the air and checking the ribs. So Nielsen will clutch his ribs there. He took a hard hit as he was in the air, delayed penalty. As Nielsen didn't have possession, hard hit into the boards. Is Riley Arnold. Illegal cross check here. Elias Ford will serve. There's just under 9 minutes left in this game. And so the Stealth will go on power play. In close games like this, you know, a 2-goal lead and a power play with over 8 minutes left, you know, it's really important for the SWAT to get a kill. Likewise, really important for the Stealth to get a power play goal. Moving that ball, coming around the net, was looking for Arnold. Jason Arnold couldn't quite handle. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Into the 5-hole. Now Churko. And so it'll be SWAT possession. Off-ball hit, but referee will say it's a bit of a dive. No penalty called on the floor. Looking to beat his man was Jaden Ptolemy. He'll run off with some speed. So here comes the Stealth. Minute left on this power play. Back and forth, move that ball across floor. Churko caught a piece of it, but an infraction on the Stealth. Change of possession here. Ewan will work the ball up on the floor. He's got a goal and assist this game. Gets it to his captain, that's Pate. Now with King. Likewise a goal in this game. Killing off some of that clock. Stealth playing safer, of course. Playing defense on that power play. Generates a shot and a reset. And Nielsen's there to pick it up. Hand it off now to Thu. Thu with a ton of speed, beats his man. Pardon me, face dodges, tries to beat his man. Good defensive check there to stop him from doing so. 8 seconds left on this power play. 12 on the shot clock. If they generate a shot, look for the SWAT player to get a breakaway down the floor, but SWAT possession now. And so off down the floor is Ford. He will look for a breakaway. SWAT ball. So that's the thing about having a power play and a twister. So that was Ford out of the penalty box, and as mentioned, snuck down the floor, got a twister shot, just missed wide. Long shot up top, handled by Fogle. And as I was saying, another 5-hole stop, rebound. 3 stops in a row, Fogle. Reset for the SWAT. Beating a couple men. Sidearm shot misses over and back. And as I was saying, you know, if one of the teams is on penalty kill, and as that penalty is winding down, the team on power play takes a shot, it gives an opportunity for the penalty kill team and the man in the box to streak down the floor. Something to be mindful of for both these teams. Off the leg pad of Churko. Spinning, has an opportunity at the net. Jumping. Shot by Turco. Stands strong in that net, holds his post. Fires long. Some rough pushing and shoving here is Penner. Referees let it go as there seems to be mutual contact, not necessarily illegal contact. Big hit as these players are going at it. That's Penner and Polzer for the SWAT. So they're going at it back and forth. Tensions rising with 5 minutes left in this third period. Stealth got to go if they're looking to stay in this game. SWAT looking to keep that foot on the gas pedal. Breakaway here for the Stealth. Wheeling around, passing now is Nielsen. Nielsen, long shot. Turco saw it all the way. Good, accurate shot though nonetheless for Nielsen, but off-ball push, that'll be Stealth possession. So it's important to stay disciplined in these last minutes of play. Doubled, big hits. Absorbs those check is Chappell. Chappell running off. Or pardon me, running off some checks, still has it. Watch closely. Jumping. And a penalty call now as he's pushed through the air and through the crease. So I always find it interesting in lacrosse games where, you know, there's always, almost without fail, the most penalties in the third period. And as the game goes on, tensions rise. You know, these players are playing first and second period, and players score or they get a check from a D-man. Gets a check from a D-man, and then they, you know, some blood boils kind of things. But the thing about getting penalties in the third period is that is the most important period to not get penalties, as it gives the Stealth an opportunity to come within one goal of this game, as it takes 2 minutes off of realistically higher quality opportunities for the SWAT to continue getting an insurance goal here. Checking from behind, Baker will serve. So Stealth crossing some players up the floor. SWAT running the big man up top, just kind of pushing those picks off so that the Stealth can't generate a quality shot. So Ewan will pick it up in the corner here for the SWAT. 4 minutes left to go, just over 4 minutes in this game left to go. 2-goal lead for the SWAT, and getting some checks is Ewan. Good opportunity for the Stealth to close out this game to 1 goal if they can get one on the power play, but they got to go sooner than later. Up top now, Theodorov, he plays point as mentioned earlier in that power play. Theodorov's gonna come down low and have a pick, but significant size mismatch. Speaking of which, significant hit against the boards is Haynes. Again, you gotta stay disciplined. Big hit by Haynes. Haynes is the biggest player for the SWAT and arguably the biggest player on the floor. Picked it up by the SWAT. They'll kill off some time, 45 minutes on the power play. You know, the other thing I wanted to say about Bantam ball or U15 ball is that you get a big size differential within this age division. And, I mean, as you go into U17 junior, that kind of evens out, but it is a factor in this game, and Haynes, the biggest player for the SWAT, and he uses his size advantage to put some good pressure on the Stealth. So loose ball push allows SWAT to kill off some more time. 18 seconds left on this power play, and so if they can handle, they will handle it for the full 18 seconds. They will successfully kill off the Stealth power play. Heavy checks now by Theodorov. Forces Behan to make a difficult pass, and it goes awry. Down the floor now, 2 minutes, 30 seconds left to go in this game. Thu has been transitioning this ball well and pushing that ball with urgency in this whole game. Shot. Turco just stands his ground. Number of checks, bouncing off a number of checks is Ford. Likewise has played a critical role in this game. However, SWAT isn't able to clear the ball in time, and so Stealth will call a timeout with 2 minutes left. We'll see if they pull the goalie to go 6-on-5. I feel like they will. So Coach Quinn Ingles running a set play, likely to go 6-on-5. Quinn Ingles, a key part of Saskatchewan SWAT, the Saskatchewan SWAT Junior A program, and a key offensive player for them. Comes from Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. And it's so nice. I mean, so many of my teammates are coaching now, of course, coaching Junior A SWAT. Quinn Ingles coaching the U15 Stealth, giving back to the game, being around the rink, teaching this younger generation and continuing the program continuing the program and momentum of Saskatchewan lacrosse. So we'll see what the Stealth run. They need one here, 6-on-5. And so it is looking like Griffin, Hellman, Fogel will stay up on the bench. They'll go 6-on-5. So we'll see on the power play, Stealth typically, it looks like based on this game, are setting picks up top, looking for their shooters to generate a top shot. They're going to send Baumgartner, the bigger body in the middle, look for him to bang and crash some picks there based on how the Stealth are going to move that ball. And he'll do so, setting a pick, moving that ball back, trying to swing that ball was the Stealth. And so potential empty net. Stealth need a change, and they need a change right now as the net is wide open. So minute 45, SWAT looking for an insurance goal. The Stealth need to get in net and competently handled. Cruz Carter. SWAT bench calling for his players. SWAT coach calling for his players to come up. Allows a long shot by Carter. Ball fired down. Check from behind. And so it'll be SWAT possession, but Stealth need to come off the floor to get their goaltender in net. They do so. 1 minute, just over 1 minute of play here. SWAT 2-goal lead. Clock's winding down, hammered against the boards. So SWAT calling for a timeout, but the thing about a timeout, there's some specifics about calling a timeout, and so the official said that they didn't have the ball when they called the timeout, but there's some other things too. I mean, the rules very much might have changed when I was playing, but the coaches actually can't call a timeout. The players on the floor have to call a timeout, and so of course, the coaches on the bench are calling for a timeout, and the officials sometimes in the games will say, you guys can't call a timeout, and then the coaches will say, well, we're telling the players on the floor to call a timeout, which is always not. It's not untrue. That's for sure. It's kind of a funny little rule. So shots just about even here in this game. 33 for the SWAT, 31 for the Stealth. Shows how evenly matched these teams are. And speaking of timeouts, a wise timeout call. As the SWAT have one, they're not looking to change possession on the boards here. So they'll just reset, dodge off some checks, kill some clocks, or look for an insurance goal as Pate has a good quality shot close to the net. Huge factor in this game. Trying to do it himself. And big timely save was Churko. And some rough pushing and shoving. Thu is called for a penalty late in this game, 33 seconds. And so that'll seal the deal. Well, you know, nothing's impossible in the game of lacrosse with 2 goals. I feel pretty safe to assume nonetheless, you know, man down, 2-goal lead. The SWAT will just kind of ice this up top. So Ewan will look to move this ball. He's getting checked pretty hard by Baumgartner. Stealth have to pressure to try and generate a turnover, and SWAT, as mentioned, looking to just pass that ball, kill off some clock. A shot. SWAT fans happy about the win, and so a comeback win here for the SWAT. They battled. Both teams battled as they'll go celebrate the win. The first game of Provincials, coming together to congratulate each other, give props to their goaltender, Churko. He only let in 3 goals off 32 shots, and so well-rounded game from both teams. You know, players sharing the ball well, equal opportunities, and so good game between the Stealth and the SWAT. I wanted to say, too, on Father's Day, thank you to all the fathers who support lacrosse in this province and throughout, to all the dads who coach, to all the dads who work hard to pay the fees for their kids, to all the dads who sacrifice and teach up their kids and are supportive of them in the stands. I know when I was playing, you know, the support I had from my parents meant the world to me to play this great game. And so I'll say it this game. I'll say it every game today. Thanks to all the dads out there. Congratulations to the SWAT on the win. Well, hard battle for the Stealth. Stay tuned as games go on all day at the Kinsman. And stay tuned. We'll have a player interview with the Saskatoon SWAT coming up here. All right, so I'm here with Eric Baker. Eric had a big contributing factor in this game. 2 goals and good defense in this game. What's your overall impressions of the first game and your hopes for the tournament going forward?
The teams are going to all be really strong. We're going to have to keep on trying our hardest to win. Can't give up.
Yeah, no, thank you. And what do you think your team did well? You fought back and had a nice comeback in this game. And so, what did your team do specifically that ensured success for this game?
At the start, we were all cramped up. When we started spreading out and like setting picks and cutting, we started to score a lot more room.
Last question would be for yourself. You scored 2 goals, as mentioned. Good defensive pressure on the South. What are you looking to do to continue to contribute to your team and your team going forward in this tournament?
Try and stop as many guys as I can. Keep running it down and putting it in the net.
Yeah, thank you very much. Good luck in the tournament going forward.